from the News Channel 5 Network. This is Score on Business.
Hey, welcome to Score on Business. I'm Pete Hendricks. I'm your serial entrepreneur and your host for today. Many prospective entrepreneurs aren't sure where to start. We'll start providing a tip on each show. Also, Score offers low-cost classes and no-charge counseling specifically to guide folks through thinking about starting and succeeding in business. More information is available at scorenashville.org. Make sure to click on the Workshops tab at the top of the page. They're usually a half day and held mainly on weekends for $25. Your tip for this show, check out IdeaCon 2017, which will be on March 12th. The purpose of the one-day conference is to help entrepreneurs, founders, and investors to connect with other members of the Tennessee startup community in an exciting and energy-filled afternoon. Use the discount code SCORETV to reduce the ticket cost to $10. And this is especially powerful for those where the business will require funding from an outside source. Okay, so, whoops, I got the wrong thing here. Okay, our first guest today is Rod Edmundson from Shearspoint. So Rod is president and CEO of Shearspoint. They have two divisions. One of them is providing on-site hair care services for medical facilities, businesses, and corrections. The other division provides business services as well as coaching to assist hair care professionals with building best practices into their business. And thanks for being here, Rod.
My pleasure.
So today we're talking about the part that really excites me for what you're doing. So, Rod, one challenge facing high school graduates is what to do next. Four-year degrees have become very expensive. There is a good path for folks to enter hair care and grow that into a business. What would you say to folks that might think about that?
Well, I would say that if someone's wanting to get into the hair care industry, to really see and check their hearts, check their motives. The hair care industry can be very, very challenging and very competitive. So going into it just for the sake of this may be a way of earning money, I would discourage someone to go into it.
Yeah.
But if someone's really passionate about it, I would say, listen, there's a lot of opportunities out here as far as the hair care industry. It doesn't have to be just standing behind a chair in the shop, and it doesn't always have to mean owning your own shop. But I think do the research, find out where you believe your niche is, something that's going to make you happy and fulfilled, and then pursue it with all your heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would. Being an entrepreneur is too hard to do on something you don't have passion about. So you work with many hair care professionals. How big of an issue is lack of business understanding and skills?
Oh, I think that is one of the major reasons a lot of hair care professionals find themselves changing careers. Over the last few years, especially since the 2008 economic climate change, a lot of people who had successful businesses, they ended up getting second jobs or actually going to work for someone else where they had their own shops. And I think a lot of that was due to lack of understanding of businesses in the marketplace. In this industry, a lot of times we've been taught it's just as long as you have people coming through the door and you're providing services that your business is going to be okay. But this is a new age, it's a new market, and we have to start thinking about the technology behind it, advertising, marketing, how to separate ourselves from our competitors. And if we're not giving thoughts to those things, you can lose your business very quickly.
Yeah, what are some other business skills that are, so, advertising and marketing are one skill set where there's room for improvement for many. What other skills?
Oh, main skills. Understanding the financials of your business, understanding what your profit and losses are, your inventories, cost of goods sold. A lot of these things don't really come into the training of a barber or stylist.
Right.
Most of our education as far as our curriculum is based on the actual service itself. So we don't understand a lot of times what it takes to have a successful business.
Right.
And I think the mom and pop's mentality is great, but in today's marketplace, you have to know the full scope of what it takes to run a
Right.
business. And I think that comes with the marketing, the advertising, financial skills. And these aren't things that you have to be an expert in, but there are a lot of resources that are available.
Yeah,
and
tell
we
us
can go
about that.
into
What are some resources to help folks?
Well, there's the SBA, there's SCORE program, there's SCORE counselors, which really helped me as far as moving along in that. The SCORE counselors gave me enough understanding and insight to know where I was making mistakes, and they kind of gave me some wisdom to kind of avoid a lot as well. Things like understanding the purpose of having a CPA or bookkeeper, those types of things that most of us that are in the hair care industry don't hear about.
Oh yeah, because you'll forget to pay taxes and it
Oh, absolutely.
only turns ugly from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when somebody is looking to start a business that's going to create jobs, there are a tremendous amount of government resources available, and they're good. And I think about there's the SBA, there's SCORE, there is the Tennessee Small, I can't remember exactly the name, but there are a lot of things.
Yeah, there's Tennessee Small Business. There's a Nashville Incubation Center that's not far from here. A lot of those resources are great. The internet, believe it or not, has a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
But I will recommend someone who's considering becoming an entrepreneur to get in contact with the SBA, check out some of the classes, learn how to write a business plan. That living document that we all hated to write, but it was very necessary for our success.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your consulting clients and what you're doing to help them. And this is the part of your story that I just love.
Well, looking at the hair care industry, when I first got into it, I realized that it was one that didn't really take advantage of technology as other industries are. So I began to look into things of what could separate us from our competitors. And when I began to look at the overall big picture, I saw, well, there's a lot of people that could benefit from this. So we began to reach out and partner with barbershops and salons that kind of helped us on both ends of our business. So it's kind of a trade-off. So we have partners from Chattanooga to Memphis that we partner with, barbers, so we provide things like infrastructure for them, customer service, toll-free numbers, online scheduling, credit card processing, and everything as far as the infrastructure that your I guess a typical franchise would have. We actually offer that to those individuals that own their own shops.
Yeah, including the on-site equipment.
We don't provide the on-site equipment, but our online scheduling platform actually is a mobile system. So with individuals, our clients can actually go online to our website or to their website, and when they book their appointment, they actually pay for it. So there's no need to have that equipment on site.
Oh, awesome. And so another thing that you all do is people go through either barber or cosmetology school, and as you mentioned, that really focuses on the actual skill. And people can come to your organization and work on the side that goes to locations to give hair care.
Yes.
And talk about that.
So what we actually have done over the last few years is partner with many of the schools locally, depending on where we have availability and openings. So we will go to a school and we'll offer a job placement program for their recent graduates. And we kind of consider going into those locations like a graduate school, because not only do they have an opportunity to put the skills that they've recently learned to use, but we also are in the process of adapting them to business culture. And the goal is to get everyone to begin off working for us through our system, but to have their own and begin to walk out their own destiny, whether that's to have their own shop or to create some different culture, but that's how we utilize that.
And part of what you do is you teach good customer service and hold accountability for that, and you also help people understand the business side, or either send them somewhere to do that. So they come out of school with the skills to actually do the hair care, and then you take them from there and really help them polish themselves as well as learn the business side?
We've had individuals over the last few years that started off with us working part-time in specific locations, and it was like my pleasure to walk with them or go with them and show them how to get their business license and get their tax ID number and help them to understand now that they're going to have employees that their employee taxes that are going to be due. Very exciting, very scary times for them sometimes, but it's always good to have someone that can walk with you that's been through that. And then it's always good to, and it's very gratifying for me to help them avoid some of the mistakes I made when I first started out, not understanding that dynamic of taxes and who to pay and when that those payments are due.
Oh yeah, you get behind with the tax man as a business.
Not a pretty thing at all. No.
Okay, Rod, thank you for being here today.
It's been great.
Yeah, this has been good, and look forward to having you back.
Absolutely.
Okay,
all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment.